the depressing part that eventually all heat will dissipate?
That all evils?
Heat will dissipate.
Yeah, that, there's various forms of it, depends on which one you want to, lull you to sleep. First law is just conservation of energy. Second law has many forms, that's the depressing one. Ultimately, that's the one that predicts heat death.
Heat and death?
Heat death, death of heat.
Death, okay.
As in eventually everything will be the same temperature and therefore no energy can transfer from one object to another because everything's the same temperature. Therefore, since energy will not be transferred because of temperature differences, there's no heat. That's heat death.
You said everything is the same?
Everything's gonna, eventually will be the same temperature. The kinetic energy of all objects will be the same.
Okay.
It also is, another form of it is, there is no perpetual motion, that there's always loss. There is always loss of energy. Until the end. Of course, statistically speaking. So perpetual motion can't work. Perpetual motion machine is one that creates energy that is then fed into itself to help it keep going on forever. And that will never happen. And occasionally I see news stories of people getting investors for the perpetual motion machine. Anyone who invests in a perpetual motion machine basically doesn't deserve to have that money.
Does that mean there was a set amount of energy? Like,
That is the basic premise, is that the total amount of energy in the universe is constant. And I probably mentioned this last time, there's a video by Melody Sheep, which basically looks at the rest of the universe from now until the end, and it just eventually talks about the chaos on Earth, and then it slowly expands over, the destruction of the suns and the planets until they're all just a bunch of atoms floating out there.
By any chance, do any of these people believe in, our creator, or they just go off on a tangent?
In order for this not to happen, there has to be a reset. So, if there's a higher power, then potentially it'll get to a certain point where, the snap of the fingers, and then it all comes back to the beginning again. There's also the theory that the universe is expanding outwards, and at some point it will stop and then come in on itself, and so the opposite of the Big Bang is called the Big Crunch. It'll all come crashing into itself, and then it'll explode and start over again. The way things are looking right now, it will not come collapsing in on itself. That was the theory for the longest time, but it looks like things, as they're moving out, are getting faster for some reason. And why do things get faster as they're going? Is it just the way it appears to us, or is it they actually getting faster? From what I'm reading, it sounds like they are actually getting faster, which indicates there's another force out there somewhere, and that's when the physicists made up something called dark matter and dark energy. But dark matter, there's experimental evidence for dark matter, even though I'm not quite sure what it is.
Dr. Martin, several of us have a class at 6 online.
Okay,
Sorry.
I understand. And number 3, not as depressing, but it's that you will never reach absolute zero. It's impossible ever to hit absolute zero. And we'll end on that cheery note. It's a little bit upbeat from the death of everything.
Thank you.